He is kind. He calls when he says he will. He doesn't make you decode his silences. There is no eggshell path to walk, no temperature to read before speaking. And yet, something in you coils tighter with each passing week. You scan his words for double meanings. You test him with small withdrawals, watching to see if he'll leave. You pick a fight over nothing, then lie awake wondering why you did it. This is the paradox no one warns you about. The ones who hurt you rarely receive the full storm of your fear. You saved that for the one who stayed. And somewhere beneath the shame, a quieter question pulses. Why do I keep destroying what I say I want? You've been told you have commitment issues, that you're self-destructive, that you need to stop choosing unavailable people, as if the problem were only in your selection, not in your very definition of love. But here is what they rarely say. You don't sabotage bad relationships. You survive them. You adapt to them. You shrink or rage or comply, because your nervous system recognizes that terrain. Chaos feels like home when home was chaos. It is safety that destabilizes you, because somewhere in your earliest years, love was not a steady fire. It flickered. It came with conditions, with moods, with the turning away of a face you needed. You learned to brace. You learned that peace was simply the inhale before something shattered. You learned that to be loved was to be eventually abandoned, and so you became the one who leaves first, who withdraws first, who lights the match before someone else can. This isn't weakness. This is the architecture of survival, built by a child who couldn't afford to be blindsided again. In the language of depth psychology, this pattern carries the signature of the anxious attachment wound, a nervous system wired not for connection, but for the anticipation of disconnection. The child who grew up scanning a parent's face for signs of rejection does not simply grow out of it. She carries that vigilance into every room, every relationship, every silence that lasts a beat too long. Her body does not distinguish between the past and the present. To her amygdala, safety is suspect. Predictability is the mask before betrayal. And so she sabotages, not because she wants to lose love, but because she cannot tolerate the uncertainty of when it will be taken. Carl Jung wrote of the shadow, those parts of ourselves we exile into the unconscious because they feel too dangerous to claim. For the woman who sabotages good love, the shadow often holds a devastating belief. I am too much, and I am not enough. Both, somehow, at once. This is the fracture at the foundation. The unconscious conviction that she is fundamentally unworthy of being held without conditions. And so when someone offers her steady ground, she cannot stand on it. Her body keeps waiting for the floor to give. The sabotage, the arguments, the coldness, the impossible standards, these are not cruelty. They are tests. They are the inner child asking over and over, will you leave me like they did? Let me make it happen now, so I can stop waiting. This is not dysfunction. This is a wound, still speaking in the only language it knows. But survival strategies do not retire gracefully. They linger past their usefulness and begin to extract a cost. The cost is this: you become the author of your own loneliness. You push until they leave, and then you hold their leaving as confirmation of what you always believed. See, I knew I was too much. I knew it wouldn't last. The self-fulfilling prophecy completes itself, and the wound deepens. What goes unmourned is this: you deserved a love that didn't have to be earned. You deserved a childhood where presence was not a performance. And the grief you've been avoiding, the grief for the safety you should have received, is the very doorway you must walk through to stop recreating the wound. This is the confrontation, not with him, not with them, but with the lie at the center of your architecture. You were not unworthy. You were unworthily loved. And there is a difference. Healing does not mean becoming someone who never fears. It means building a self sturdy enough to feel the fear and stay anyway. It means letting your nervous system learn, slowly, that safety is not a trap, and that being held does not always precede being dropped. This is not about fixing yourself to be easier to love. This is about grieving what you didn't receive, and choosing, consciously, to stop punishing the present for the sins of the past. This week, when the urge to withdraw or test arises, pause. Place a hand on your chest. Ask yourself, not with judgment, but with curiosity, is this about him? Or is this the old wound, asking to be seen? And then write. Not to solve, just to witness. Because sometimes, the first act of healing is simply refusing to abandon yourself the way you were once abandoned. You are not too much. You are not too broken. You are someone who survived. And now, you are learning what it means to live.